Hey guys, it's Kathleen here, and today I'm going to be doing my review of the newest DLC for Bioshock Infinite, Burial at Sea Episode 1. Now, it's important to know before you contemplate buying this DLC that you have to play Bioshock Infinite before you play the DLC. If you play this before you finish Bioshock Infinite, the entire story will be completely spoiled for you. And if you aren't at least familiar with the city of Rapture from the previous two games, you won't enjoy this quite as much as a hardcore Bioshock fan would, because this is a great bit of fan service for big Bioshock fans to return to the city of Rapture, especially with the characters that we fell in love with from Infinite. The most exciting thing for me was getting to explore Rapture and listen to the conversations of people. Getting to see the types of people that line the streets of Rapture was really exciting. As we know, the best and brightest of various cultures fill this city. There are many different types of nationalities. There are biracial couples, there are same-sex couples, and that makes a lot of sense. The positive thing about Rapture is that people have the freedom to live their lives the way that they want, which is a good thing. Unfortunately, the downside of that is that some people desire to torture people and to manipulate people. So if everyone is given their desires, well, we know how that ends up. Especially with Cohen, who enjoys torturing people for fun. That's how he gets his enjoyment. So the combat in this game is a combination between Bioshock Infinite and the first Bioshock game. So instead of vigors, we are back to plasmids, but there is a different plasmid that allows you to freeze things. There's also the fire plasmid, which is really the fire vigor from Bioshock Infinite. There's also shock jockey, and I think that's all. Oh yeah, and there's the hacking electronics vigor, or plasmid. So you get plasmids, you get powers, but you also have weapons. And in this game, it is very, very important to make good use of your ammo, to be as careful entering combat as possible. This was a lot more challenging than Bioshock Infinite, honestly. I had a little bit of trouble with the combat in this game. Now, the enemies in this game act a lot like the enemies in Bioshock 1, but it doesn't quite feel as isolated and creepy as Bioshock 1 because it's not a silent protagonist. So that feeling that I felt in Bioshock 1 of just isolation wasn't quite there. They definitely did capture the environment of Rapture, but the feeling in combat of Rapture wasn't quite there, which was okay in my opinion. It felt more like Bioshock Infinite, but I enjoy the combat of Bioshock Infinite, so that didn't bother me. Now, if I haven't made it obvious enough, I really enjoyed playing this DLC. But there is a huge downside to this DLC. It is only 2 hours long and cost $15 to buy. That's right, $15 for 2 hours of gameplay. And once it ended, I was pretty upset about the brevity of the DLC because I felt that there could have been at least 2 more hours and that they could have added so many more cutscenes to this, because there weren't really that many cutscenes. There was a lot of gameplay and I enjoyed the gameplay a lot, but there wasn't enough substance for me to feel like I played an actual mission in an actual game. Now, when you finish playing the game, the ending is so shocking. It's definitely up to par with the ending of Bioshock Infinite and Bioshock 1. It has a great twist, and the combat and the environment is incredible, yet they could have added so much more, and for that, I would recommend that if you haven't bought this DLC, that you should wait if you have the patience, so that until it goes on sale. The unfortunate aspect of doing that is you might potentially have the ending spoiled for you if you wait. So I think that's something that you personally should think about if you're going to buy this DLC. Do I want to have the potential of having this spoiled for me if I wait long enough for it to go on sale? Or is it worth paying a couple extra bucks just to go ahead and play and enjoy? I think you're going to be at an advantage if you haven't yet played this DLC, knowing that it's going to be brief, so that you won't be as upset as I was once it was cut short. But regardless, the DLC was great. Just the only complaint that I had was that it was way too damn short, and that left a bit of a bad taste in my mouth. So I would love to talk about the spoilery aspects of this DLC, which I'll do in my next video, but that's all I can explain about this DLC now because the DLC itself is very short. But as a huge fan, I probably would have paid that price anyways, knowing that I would get more Bioshock content, because that's just how much of a fangirl I am. So if you've played it, let me know, spoiler-free version, what you thought of it in the comment section, and I will of course talk more about the story after this video, so then we can talk and discuss the more spoiler aspects of the game after. I should go.